confused by how Erica Kirk shows the first sign of outrage towards Candace Owens, who is trying to get down to the bottom of who murdered her husband and why. I find this crazy, especially how she forgave her husband's alleged murderer fairly quickly. So this is her reaction, her forgiving Tyler Robinson.
That young man, I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do.
Well, you know, I think Charlie would probably really appreciate what Candace is doing right now. Just saying. Let's compare it to her reaction to Candace Owens, who is actually trying to find the truth behind Charlie's assassination.
Been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now?
Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all right now that something is up with this so-called moon or whatever it is. Because look at the skies of Oakland, California the other night, y'all. What are they doing to California? Oh my God. Y'all think that's the ocean, huh? No, bro. This is that fog. Look at this. Look at the color of that fog underneath that sun, bro. This shit look like a whole movie, bro. Remember the movie The Mist? Remember they told us about this?
South Africa, land on the roof of the hotel where she's staying, okay, pay people off at the front desk, give me the key and let me up in her room. To know that somebody could actually swoop down on me in the middle of nothing would scare the bejesus out of me.
Welcome and welcome back to the show, guys. It's your girl Case. It's the festive season. Happy holidays. Let me know where you're watching me from. Also, let me know where you're going to be spending your holidays at. Personally, I'll be indoors creating content for you guys. So if you haven't subscribed, please do make sure to subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upload. On today's video, we're looking at the most interesting, creepy, and of course scary TikTok videos that are going to make you question your entire existence. So buckle up and let's dive right into today's video.
Let's talk about the theory that the internet's been whispering. Why 50 Cent may have been personally motivated to make this documentary. Because once you bring up Chris Lighty, the whole picture looks very different. Chris Lighty wasn't just anybody. He was a powerhouse manager in the hip-hop industry. He helped build 50's career, guide his business moves, and was one of the few people in the industry who genuinely protected his artists. And I think 50 knows that he may not be where he is today if it wasn't for Chris Lighty. 50 Cent has always said Chris was loyal, solid, and one of the smartest men in this business. Then Chris dies under circumstances that left a lot of people in the industry uncomfortable. I'm not accusing anybody. I'm not claiming anything. But the hip-hop community has always side-eyed his passing and how it was handled, discussed, and even buried. And the thing about 50 Cent, he never fully let go of how the situation was talked about or not talked about. So here's where the theory comes in. 50 has watched people he loved and respected disappear and get silenced, or get overshadowed by bigger, louder, or more powerful figures in the industry. Chris Lighty's death hit him in a way that made him see the industry's darkness differently. The politics, the power plays, the people who get protected, and the people that don't. Some people believe this documentary isn't about exposing Diddy. It's about exposing the system that let a man like him operate untouched for decades. And Chris Lighty was part of that system's collateral damage. So maybe 50 did this documentary because he's tired of watching the wrong people control the narrative. Maybe it's personal. Maybe it's legacy. Maybe it's justice in the way that only 50 could deliver with humor, receipts, and zero fear. Whatever's the reason, this documentary was bigger than Diddy. And it felt like a man with nothing to lose, finally saying, no more silence in the industry. And when you remember Chris Lighty, that message hits even harder.
Do you think he committed?
I don't believe that.
So,
I don't believe he killed himself.
So what do you believe? Because you hired an investigator?
Yeah, I hired investigators for it because I didn't believe, like, for Tiffany.
Excuse us, make way quick.
Chris Lighty's death is labeled as
Right.
I can't live with that.
I can't fathom that because this is the first I seen. You see, Nori, this is the first that was somebody. So I could never ever see Chris doing something to himself.
That's true, so your family feel you should do the investigation.
No question.
Okay, why is that?
I just feel that there's a lot of unanswered questions,
Mm-hmm.
and I need answers.
You need answers.
Yeah.
You don't feel like he took his own life?
50 Cent just dropped receipts from Chris Lighty's new autopsy report. And we finally have proof linking Diddy to Chris's death. This comes after 50 hired a new private investigator and found out that Diddy threw a bizarre ritual party for Chris's funeral. And get this, Diddy even told the crowd not to hold a moment of silence for Chris, but to make noise. That's not just disrespectful, it's demonic. And this is why 50 wants to get to the bottom of this once and for all. See, Chris Lighty wasn't just a legendary music executive at Def Jam. He was like family to 50 Cent. And 50 never bought the official story that Chris took his own life.
Chris Lighty, the man who helped guide my career, both through the valleys and over the mountaintops, was gone.
Y'all, 50 Cent just hired a new private investigator to expose how Chris Lighty really died. And this time, 50 is determined to prove Diddy's role in Chris's death.
My sources confirmed to me that at the request of Chris Lighty's grieving mother, superstar artist 50 Cent has brought in a high-powered team to investigate the hip-hop mogul's death.
Lighty managed the careers of superstars like 50 Cent and Diddy and orchestrated
It wasn't until you saw the coroner van come and they went inside, they brought them black bags with them, them body bags, and whatever happened to him, it happened downstairs, because that's where his body was.
The medical examiner has ruled the death of hip-hop mogul Chris Lighty is a suicide.
The first thing I see is he owes $5 million, and he doesn't owe $5 million. I gave him $1 million.
Now, sources also tell me that Lighty was not deep in a bottomless financial hole and that he had just secured a world tour for 50 Cent for next year, which would have brought him millions of dollars.
The crazy part is at the time that I'm actually getting the phone call from him, right before he passed away, he's saying, yo, that's already dealt with. Talk to your people because all that money, it's all back now. He gave me back the $1 million.
All of the unanswered questions, whenever you're in the gray areas because something ain't really right.
Leading people to question, who would want to shoot Chris?
The rate at which the truth is revealing itself at this time and moment just shows that we're in for a good ride, you know? And I'm here for it.
Listen, the way that this documentary has old clips circulating again that I never knew about and bringing up new ones is crazy to me. Because I do not recall this clip with Mike Tyson and Diddy.
It truly is about the Benjamin, as we see. Oh, yes, he's glittering. It truly is about the Benjamin. Well, now, when we come back, we're going to talk more with Puffy, and if you want to hang out, more than welcome to stick around, my brother.
And what's crazy is so many of these celebrities are saying that they never saw any of this happening. Was y'all not watching TV? How was it happening this often and y'all kept missing it? Now, I remember 50 Cent and Eminem having a beef at one point, but I never really knew what it was about. And I'm not the biggest Eminem fan, so I did not know that he said this about Diddy in one of his songs. R.A.P.E. And then you sit around questioning, like, why is Ja Rule so invested? Like, why is he so invested in defending Diddy? And then this clip from Diddy's old bodyguard resurfaces. And it's like, huh?
I opened the door, and the dude said, yo, I'm here for my cousin. I said, who your cousin? And he said, Ja Rule. I said, well, he busy right now. He said, he busy doing what? I said, he with Puff. They're in the room. They busy. They don't want to be bothered.
And let me also just say this. Auntie Wendy Williams been telling us about all of this stuff going on in the hip-hop community. And everybody was trying to make it seem like she was just messy or she was making things up. And it's like, no, I think she knew what she was talking about. I think she knew exactly what she's talking about. Because now all of this is coming out and I'm like, well, damn. It was in everybody's face.
Wendy, you got fired from Hot 97 years ago because of Diddy. All these years later to see where Diddy currently is. What do you feel about that situation?
Hey, when I watch TMZ and I see the stuff that goes on, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden I see me on TMZ. You know what I'm saying? It's really weird seeing me on TV when I'm caught in this position. You know what I'm saying? The other day I was watching Cookout and there I am in the first opening scene. I was like, oh my God. Season 1, episode 13, there I am on Martin. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Diddy Diddy will go to prison for life, people. You don't know things that I knew about Diddy back in the day, and you want to know what? It's about time, people. It is about time. Diddy done.
She still got it.
Diddy done. Doo-da, day.
How you doing? See, she still got it.
Like he's mogul. Like he can hire a plane right now, zoom it to South Africa, land on the roof of the hotel where she's staying. Okay. Pay people off at the front desk. Give me the key and let me up in her room. Like I'm already paranoid as a person. But to know that somebody could actually swoop down on me in the middle of nothing would scare the bejesus out of me.
Wendy was petty because I was trying to hold it in, but I couldn't help but laugh because she was like so sarcastic, like, oh wow, you know, it's as if she had some bit of truth. Watching that right now, you're like, wow, how did we exactly miss it? But now you see, we didn't know the kind of person who you are seeing, you know, until now. So it's crazy. But let me know what you think. Yo, I mean, I wish Wendy would just come back right now. People online have been talking about it, saying that after that's when she got ill, and you know, people are talking, and it's so crazy to me because I mean, the way Wendy was talking, it's as if like she knew something was going on. But yo, that was hard to watch right now with what is happening and what is going on with Diddy.
We need to talk about Wendy Williams because I think Wendy was one of Diddy's first victims, just not in the way that you might think. Let's get into it. So, of course, we all know Wendy had a TV show, but before the TV show, she was on a radio show on Hot 97 in New York City, and she was popping, okay? In 1998, Wendy Williams went on her radio show and made some really scandalous speculations about Diddy, things about his sexuality, and even suggested that Diddy might have had something to do with Tupac's death. This was a massive, massive deal because at the time, Bad Boy and Diddy were huge. They were everywhere, and not just in New York City, I'm talking all over the country. Shortly after her comments, Wendy was fired, something she has always said she thought Diddy had something to do with. In her book in 2004, Wendy actually goes on to talk about this, and she says, and I quote, "For the record, I do not hate Diddy. I do not hate anyone for that matter. I do, however, hold a certain level of contempt for Puffy. He single-handedly tried to ruin me, tried to ruin my career. He spent a lot of money and used a lot of his influence to try to crush me in New York in the late 1990s. On another radio show, a year later, she would go on to say that once upon a time, there was a music mogul who sent an all-girl group to beat her ass in front of a radio station. She says they tried to gang up on her after she finished her shift and she was walking out to go home. Now in 2022, Gene Deal, who was Diddy's former bodyguard, did a pretty much tell-all interview where he not only talked about Diddy's behavior with his girlfriends and Kim Porter, he also talked about this incident with Wendy. And he pretty much confirmed everything Wendy was saying. He said that when Wendy said those things, Diddy was actually out in LA and not in New York. So he called up the radio executives and basically told them that if they didn't get rid of Wendy by the time he touched down in New York, he was going to make sure that all the radio stations had a terrible time accessing music. He threatened to get all of his friends in the music industry to boycott that station in specific. Gene said, and I quote, "Mother effers didn't breathe hard if Puff didn't want them to." Now in 2015, Diddy and Cassie briefly break up and it's all over the news and the media. Wendy decides to comment on it saying that their relationship is off balance because there's a balance of power when you are dating a record producer and a music mogul like Diddy. Saying that her thing when you date a mogul like that is that it's really difficult to avoid them because you never know when they're going to pop up. She says he could hire a plane right now, land on the roof of the hotel that Cassie's at, pay off the people at the front desk to give him a key and show up to her room. Which, after everything we know about Diddy, does that not sound like something Diddy would do? Now in 2017, Diddy would go on Wendy Williams' show, pretty much seemingly showing that they buried the hatchet, right? They have a conversation that's totally normal, the way that you would assume any conversation with any guest would go. However, a lot of people think that there's something wrong with he does seem a little bit shaken up after he talks about meeting her son. In 2018, when Diddy and Cassie break up for good, Diddy goes to social media to try to get her back. And Wendy's very vocal, saying she thinks that he's being manipulative and that he doesn't really want her back. He's treating her like a possession because someone who cared about you would not do something like that publicly. Now, since Diddy's arrest, Wendy has made a public statement saying that people are telling her, "Wendy, you called it." saying it's about time. To see this video of Cassie getting pummeled, it's just horrific. But now you have to think how many more times, how many people, how many more women. It's just so horrible. As someone who grew up in the 90s, I just think it's wild that this was so public, and we literally saw in real time how Diddy used his manipulation, his power, his money to ruin this woman's career and possibly her life. Anyway, I would love to know y'all's thoughts, and let me know what you think of that clip of Diddy on her show. Do you feel like that is sort of a lightly veiled threat? Why do you think Wendy became so uncomfortable at the thought of Diddy having met her son?
Yeah, I'm telling y'all right now that something is up with this so-called moon or whatever it is. Because look at the skies of Oakland, California the other night, y'all. Because why are these animals are reacting to the so-called moon or this second sun? And it's not just the crows, y'all, but everybody is saying that the animals are acting off. I made a video. Everyone was recording what was going on with these crows. I don't know if they are reacting to the energy of the moon or the second sun. But like I said, y'all, so many people have been saying that the animals are acting strange. And now look at these crows. Look at the moon. So do y'all believe because this thing is a lot closer that it's playing on the frequencies of animals and people? Because this moon being a lot closer makes sense as to why animals and both humans alike have been acting and feeling strange, because the moon controls the waters, the internal waters within us. And because we are ruled by our emotions, this explains the reason why everything has been up and down lately. You're feeling amazing and then you hit a low point, and then don't forget they told us that we have another moon in our atmosphere now, and then it's gonna be here until like the 2050s. Bro, we didn't learn any of this when we were younger. We were told we had one moon and one sun. And then somewhere in the mix, they talk about Planet X or Planet 9, and then after that, we never heard about it again. Hold on, Planet X, hold on. Could this be what they mean when they talk about Planet X? You see how the flares make the X, right? And then you see the huge orb, you see all the beautiful Mardi Gras colors. Y'all see that, right? The purple, the teal, and all this type of stuff. Is this what they talking about? Look at that, X. X. But there's a huge orb always in the background. You see what I'm saying? X. Y'all see that? And then again, the huge orb. X again. And then there you go with the huge orb behind it. I don't know what's going on, y'all, but they are trying to hide something, because look at this picture. Why does it look like a whole nother world back there? I mean, look at the detail of the so-called clouds, right? Look at this, y'all. What are they hiding? This picture right here just blows my mind. Look at the detail. Just look at the detail. But let me know down in the comments below, y'all. The animals are, everybody's feeling it, y'all. Not everybody. The shift is here, y'all. Let's continue to get it. Peace in. See, I told you that wasn't no moon, because check this out. Look what they did. Look, I told y'all that wasn't no moon, because look what they did. They brought the clouds as soon as that thing came out. As soon as that second sun came. Look at that, y'all. Look at the red around it. You see what they did? Because they know that ain't no moon. Look at this shit, bro. Look at that. Look how you can see it through the clouds. That's so freaking weird, bro. How is that possible? Where are these clouds coming from? And why are they only attracted to the moon? Look, nowhere, no one else in the freaking sky, but right in front of this thing over here. Right in front of this moon thing. So what is that, y'all? What is that? Y'all know what it is. Well, those who know, for real, for real. Look at that jump, boy. Let's see. That shit crazy. Y'all see how fast that thing is going? Y'all see how fast that thing is going? Bro, never in my life have I ever seen the moon travel that fast. Look, the clouds are not even moving. The clouds are not even moving at all. But the moon is moving like that. Look at it. Let's see it. Let's see if they'll let it escape. Let's see if those things will let it escape. Because I noticed there's, I don't know if y'all can see that, but these waves that be popping up, like they're sending it to the moon, like they're controlling it and sending it to the moon. Let's see. Damn. Y'all see how much brighter it gets? And it's pulsating like that? Bro, look at that jump, man. Ain't no way, bro. Let's get it, baby. That red sun. Y'all, look at this. Look at this. What are they doing to California? Oh my God. Y'all think that's the ocean, huh? No, bro. This is that fog. Look at this. Look at the color of that fog underneath that sun, bro. This shit look like a whole movie, bro. Remember the movie The Mist? Remember they told us about this? What happened? Oh my God, bro. Apparently people are saying they have been experiencing fog for about 2 weeks now, and we're just hearing about this. Look at the color of the fog. Y'all see that?
You guys, that fog has been back yesterday and today. It's weird. The 2 days before that it was sunny and clear, but literally like it's been like this for like a week. This doesn't seem normal, and the temperature really isn't changing much at all.
Y'all see that? Look at that. It's a whole wall. Look at that, y'all. Y'all see the colors?
Type stuff.
She says she thinks it's some type of chemical type of fog. Maybe the way that she's experiencing. Do y'all smell sulfur? Remember last year like this happened and people were smelling sulfur? Do y'all smell that? I mean, look at it from a plane, y'all. Look at this. Oh my goodness, man. Like you got a whole layer over here, like you can't get through, and then you have clouds on top of clouds. How does that make sense? What?
This is so insane. This is where I live, and it's right on the start of the Central Valley fog. Look at this. This goes on for hundreds of miles across the entire Central Valley of California. You can see, look at that. Miles on miles of fog. It's just a blanket. That's the coastal ranges over there.
I mean, look at the color of the clouds, y'all. Look at this. It's like burning. It's like on fire almost. And did y'all see the sun? Look at that. It looks like a ceiling fan, doesn't it? See, y'all, look at that. It's funny because I was just talking to my wife about this the other day. I was sitting on my bed and I was looking up and I was like, I've seen the sun look like a ceiling fan before. And now look at this, y'all. It literally looks like a ceiling fan. It would make sense because what's inside of our house is a ceiling fan. So what's inside of the dome, wouldn't it be a light with a ceiling fan? Like, do y'all think that's where the wind is coming from? Oh my God. But this is crazy, y'all. Let me, again, we're in a simulation, y'all. We're in a matrix. So it would make sense that somebody is playing God here. But you know what I'm saying? Let me know down in the comments below. California, the fog, man. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
But when they say they're sitting in this fucking fog, and I just been driving regularly, what is this shit right here? There's something in the fog that I can't explain, but I ain't drove to nothing but fog. And look at this shit. Check y'all shit, y'all. Crazy. Look, it's on that, but not on my windshield. What's going on? Ooh, they got asbestos in the air. That's crazy.
Yo, now you can fucking see it! Ah! You can see it, I got it! I fucking got it! Sorry, baby, I didn't mean to scream. It's the sun right there, bitch. And a sun right here. The moon is on the other fucking side. Or it's on a planet, what the fuck?
So y'all, it's not just the moon that people are catching that's looking at normally weird. I said people like I'm not one of the ones that's doing it. But look at the sun that's rising in Russia. What the heck is going on here? How many suns do Russia got right now? Yeah, I got a collection of videos and photos for you to watch, man. Stick with me because this is going to get crazy, y'all. Look at this. So this is Russia. Here go another picture from Russia, y'all. People are posting the sun like crazy in Russia because they're trying to figure out what the hell is this thing, y'all. This is the sun. But why does it have two other suns with it? And what is this ring around it? And why is this huge orb around it? What are they not telling us? Here go another angle. I told y'all everyone in Russia was posting this because they're like, what is this? And another one in Russia. This one looks a lot brighter, maybe the different positioning of the person taking the picture. But check this out, y'all. Now check out this video this lady recorded in Thailand of the so-called sun, y'all. Look at this. Why does it look like the moon last night? Why does it look like the moon with the giant orb in the light right here as well? And y'all notice something about the clouds? As soon as they get underneath the sun, they disperse. Look at this. What is this all about? Look at this, y'all. What the helly? Check out this video from Vietnam, y'all. Look at this. It's a whole portal up there, y'all. There's a whole nother world behind there. Is this where we're going to? Is this where we're going to? This one in Ghana is gonna blow your mind, y'all. I have never seen the sun looking like this. What in the world is this? You can see it clear as day, y'all. What is going on? Oh my goodness. This thing is crazy. This is in Ghana. They took this the other day. And I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, bro, that's just a sundog. But y'all realize we've been lied to about everything. NASA means to be deceived. It's a lie. So what really is this? What are they hiding from us? Why does this thing look like a magic crystal ball? This was just last month in Australia. Look at this. Look at this. What is this? Look at what someone posted under my video, y'all. Y'all, look at this. The sun looks like a giant eye. Look at this. The pupil, that little star that be in your eye. Look at this. There's so many sources of light over here. Now, if you can't see that this one looks like a giant literal eye, I don't know what to tell you. Because look at this. Look at the iris. Look at the pupil. Look at this, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the striations within the iris. Y'all see that, man? Is this what they mean when they're talking about AI? Because the sun literally looks like an eye, y'all. And I believe it's going to get a lot clearer for us. Clear eyes. Remember that? Oh my God. Because what is it doing over here? Look at this, y'all. I believe we're going to find out some crazy things about our sun pretty soon, y'all. Because once again, why is our sun mirroring our moon? Y'all see that? Why is the same giant orb that be behind the sun also be behind the moon? Who can explain that to me? Who? Don't worry about it. I already know the reason why. But yes, y'all. The moon is acting strange and so is the sun and everybody's catching it. Let me know down in the comments below what y'all think about this. The shift is here and it's accelerating. I've been telling y'all. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
And it's very there. Very there. That's the sun. Mind blown.
The Matrix.
Watch how far I can zoom on this. That's a legit thing. That's the sun. What is that?
Why can't I see it?
I don't know. Why is it just my phone? That's there.
The sun you see now, that's the smaller sun we had. We had one that was way bigger than that. You feel me? And that was the main sun that was responsible for keeping the energy high at the point for us to do certain things we was doing. Like moving at speeds that nobody would believe right now, being able to fly, access all type of abilities that's in us, being luminous that we couldn't do. Remember, we are electricity. We talking metaphysics again. We are electricity. This is why they give us rubber soles. Why do we even got rubber soles on the bottom of our shoes? Electrical beings. Why do we wear cloth? Why would they surround us with glass, plastic? If you look at your heartbeat, it's shaped just like the tree in its roots. You got your heart, and look at the veins in your heart. Now go look at a tree. It's like an upside down tree, right? So the tree, all the energy on the planet is in the roots and the trees in the soil in the actual land. So that's what the trees did for us. When they got the cut, that's why they had to cut the trees down, because that cut our electricity down. So now we wasn't able to access certain abilities that we was using, like the gamma radiation, the photon energy, the advanced levels of lightning, or what they would call like lightning bending, shit you'll see on anime. Like these are abilities that you have in your genetics. But when they didn't cut your trees down, and they that's like a shortage. You are electricity. Remember this, 666, electrons, protons, neutrons. You are electricity. So everything around us was set up anciently to amplify that electricity. So what they had to do as they began to take our planet over was the first thing, make us defenseless. They had to cut the Wi-Fi off. So they cut the trees down, push the sun out the atmosphere, usher in the cold into the atmosphere, which was a weapon against us. Like I say, we didn't have oxygen. Now they spray oxygen. They oxygen into the atmosphere in Margellans. We breathe that oxygen and it rusts us out. So now we appear these copper complexions. But without that oxygen, we would be breathing hydrogen, and then we would be blue, green, red. We would be other colors.
Like Avatar.
Like Avatar. Avatar was strictly about us and how the planet looked. But it's like when they attacked after they pushed that sun out the sky, that caused us to we was on the 33rd dimension when they came here. That caused us to drop all the way to like the 18th. So it was an immediate like reaction. A lot of your air dragons, they like went through reverse metamorphosis and they became birds that you see flying in the sky today.
Oh shit.
A lot of we had dragons back then, which they still fly around, but a lot of them became your modern day birds, eagles and hawks and shit. You know, we had land dragons and sea dragons, and they became your sharks and shit today that you see.
And snakes.
Your snakes and So everything changed when they moved that second our biggest sun out. That's what caused us to fall too, like shrink so quick. Like it was like if you watch a cartoon and how it'd be like a magic screen or go.
Oh, that's how it was like. Right.
That's literally what it was like. And see, people, that's hard.
Damn, man.
That's a hard concept for people to grasp.
Looking at previous civilizations, we've seen so many evidence of giant existing right on this planet. So could this be the reason why we are not giants anymore? I mean, that would make so much sense. And could this be the reason why we say the fall from grace? Because
Alright, so I see it's still a little debate. And I think my cousin sent me something about this shit. I don't know. That made me want to talk about it. But I see it's still a debate that people don't know if it's two sons or not. People know if it's two sons. Some people don't believe if it's two sons. But you should know anything, but they talk through signs, numbers, movies and shit. And one of their biggest downfalls would be symbology, my nigga, if people was to know what they was looking for. On this MasterCard right here, credit card, debit card, they showing you that it's two sons, nigga. They showing you it's two sons, gang. They showing you. They can't tell you how you want them to tell you. They gonna tell you how they want to tell you, and it's up to you to figure it out. But not only is it two sons, bitch, but it's two moons too, motherfucker. It's two moons out here too. That's why it's one in the daytime that you see, and then you see that one at nighttime. That's a hologram, but hell yeah.
What we are seeing in this image is the sun in front of either another sun or another planet, or what we've always been seeing is a sun simulator, and they were out of alignment during the time that there was smoke. You can see in this image there's two lens flares, so there's two light sources. And here we see the sunset where the sun has moved directly center, making it look like an eyeball.
In the church you hear before you can read, wherever two or more gather in my name, I'm in the midst of that. Now, all of y'all ought to go check that. Don't take somebody's word for it. It didn't say what two or more people gather in my name. And after you read it, and before you read it again, Google the two suns, S-U-N, that 4 months ago appeared over California and still there. A third sun, S-U-N, appeared over China. Where two or more gather in my name, I'm in the midst of it. That's those two suns.
We have two suns so many times, seen lots of videos and pictures, and this right here makes so much sense. And could it somehow still be connected with the pyramids and all these buildings and structures that we keep seeing?
They've been hiding technologies like crazy, suppressing them. There's no way you could tell me in the 21st century on planet Earth, with the amount of geniuses that we have walking around, that we're still driving around in combustion engines and launching rockets and satellites into space using chemical propellants, basically controlled explosions to get into space. Are you kidding me? We're using combustion engines in the 21st century? I gotta get on a plane in Miami and fly for 38 hours just to get to Cambodia. Why is it taking me 38 hours of my life to go from point A to point B on this planet? When we had the supersonic transport back in the 80s, you can go from New York to London in less than 3 hours. And now it's the 21st century and we've gone backwards from that? Planes flying at 400 or 500 miles an hour? Are you kidding me? It's by design. All of this is by design. It's all been suppressed. And the biggest tool for humanity that has been suppressed is anti-gravity. The U.S. Navy has patented anti-gravity. The patent describes a device that uses a microwave emitter to create a high-frequency electromagnetic wave through a cavity and create a polarized vacuum. This polarized vacuum in turn reduces the mass of the weight of the vehicle. The first invention that came out way before this one got approved, and the guy disappeared and he was never able to answer the patent office questions, so it got abandoned. And then miraculously, a few years later, the Navy pops up with the same exact description and it's approved, and they own it. These people at the very top of the pyramid are suppressing, oppressing, holding back these advanced technologies.
Crazy how when someone tries to like invent a new invention or a new technology, they suddenly disappear. I mean, it's pretty obvious why they do it, because they know there's no profit in free energy, free technology. So that's why they don't invest in things that don't make them profit. I know it could be so far ahead if we were to actually use free energy, but I don't know if it's something that they'll ever let us use. But
Warning, we were never supposed to see this, as God will no longer be with us to help, and we will all face the wrath that we were all promised protection from. People were terrified after a man in Ghana named Igbo warned of an eerie omen that will take us all to the afterlife, reporting he is now building 10 arks, each ark holding up to 5,000 people, in preparation for what he believes will come on Christmas Day, the great and last flood. Haunting videos are showing the biblical message spreading to others, with a 4-year-old saying he saw the same dark omen in his dreams, that the water was pulling way back, and a flood 2.0 with tsunamis as high as almost 3,000 feet to bring us to our final days.
So like tsunami's gonna be 800 meters in the air. They call it the flood 2.0.
With many coming out saying despite the boy not having social media, his message aligns with what Igbo is currently saying. Many are cautioning that the promise God made in Genesis 9:12-17 after Noah's Ark, saying he will never destroy Earth like that again, has ended, and we only have a few weeks left. So are you heading to Ghana, or is this a hoax?
What? I mean, how are we even supposed to travel to Ghana, like all of us? Like, come on now.
I'm sorry, but something is very, very off about this. Watch this. Watch your eyes.
Pastor Candace Owens, okay? At one time, a friend of Charlie's, at one time, an employee of Turning Point. She has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now? Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say.
I believe Scarface said it best, y'all. The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
Who do you think you are today? The more we learn about this covenant of God.
See, what's got everybody riled up, Miss Kirk, is the fact that this right here is 9/11, you know what I mean? The official story doesn't add up. Keep asking questions, and you're saying it doesn't add up to stop asking questions. That's not what any of us are going to do. There are, you know how many anomalies there are with this, and, you know, and don't get the, I'm not even going to bring up the Romanian angel situation. Y'all look that up too if you really want to learn a few things about what's going on with that situation. Yeah.
Right now. Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
I don't understand the people that are not confused by how Erica Kirk shows the first sign of outrage towards Candace Owens, who is trying to get down to the bottom of who murdered her husband and why. I find this crazy, especially how she forgave her husband's alleged murderer fairly quickly. So this is her reaction, her forgiving Tyler Robinson.
That young man. I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do.
Well, you know, I think Charlie would probably really appreciate what Candace is doing right now. Just saying. Let's compare it to her reaction to Candace Owens, who is actually trying to find the truth behind Charlie's assassination.
Been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now? Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
And for anyone who has sent me messages telling me, like, stop talking about this, you should take that down, she's a grieving widow, I'm not shaming her on how she grieves at all. I am confused with these reactions. It's just not making sense to me at all. And I actually find it very interesting. Candace has been researching this now for a while, right? Like, soon after Charlie was assassinated. Don't you find it interesting now that Candace is getting info, she is digging and she's getting somewhere, now Erica is showing outrage. Now Erica is all stop. Why do you think that is? And I find it even more so interesting that she won't even sit down and speak with Candace, but she wants Candace to stop spreading lies when Candace doesn't know what lies Erica is talking about.
Want to keep telling me to come down while we're building? I don't have time for that. But here's my breaking point on that. Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode, going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
I'm sorry, but that whole thing right there is frustrating. The idea that she does not have time. She's done Hannity, she's done The Five, she's done Fox and Friends, she's done Outnumbered, she's done Megyn Kelly Live, she sat down with the New York Times, she made time to fly to DC for Sergio Gore to be sworn into the ambassador to India. She has also made time for an upcoming CBS News town hall sit down with Barry Weiss, which was filmed today. So Erica Kirk has time. It is not her priority to respond to the majority.
I don't care whether you hate or love Candace Owens. I think it is time for people to open their eyes, open their ears. Obviously, something is not right here.
The podcaster Candace Owens, okay? At one time, a friend of Charlie's, at one time, an employee of Turning Point. She has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now? Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
So this is just, to me, I'm going to also let you know, they pre-recorded this. Obviously, I told you this yesterday, from about 11 o'clock to 4 p.m. I have sources just everywhere, CBS News, the people that were in the audience I showed you were emailing me, and they had to do multiple takes because Barry wanted to read a prompter. These questions were pre-submitted, okay? And I would like to respond to this loaded question. What would you like to say? The podcaster Candace Owens, and I'm not even going to address this repeat talking point about people making money, except for the people that have actually made off of all of the money, millions upon millions of dollars. But this is the new thing. It's like, if you keep doing what you were already doing in podcasting, or keep doing what you were already doing and doing ballistics on YouTube, if you catch a bunch of views, they want to convince you that like you wake up and you turn into a millionaire. Building her business. What are you talking about? I already had this business. I was already at the top of the charts. Okay, I said I wasn't going to talk about it. I actually did, because it's so ridiculous. Okay. But she says, I'm lying. And Erica responds, and her answer to what do you want to say to the podcaster Candace Owens who is lying is stop. So Erica would like me to stop lying. And I would like to honor that. Okay. I can only honor that if Erica is more explicit in terms of what I have lied about. You could just start like going through them. Maybe they will. By the way, it's coming on Saturday. Maybe I've made a mistake somewhere and I'm happy. I want to correct that, right? I'm not interested. My goal is not to tell lies. It is obviously plausible that I have made mistakes. I've reviewed these lists that we've put together and I can't find the lie, okay? The lies that I find are coming out of Turning Point USA. Why is there not this same energy also for the feds? Because they've told some lies. So what am I lying about? Explicitly lying about. Not made a molecular or a minor mistake. We've got a time zone wrong. And then it's like, she lied. The plane left a couple of hours earlier. Maybe somewhere I made a mistake on a timeline of Charlie being here on this day when he's actually there on that day. But I'm talking like, where am I lying? Because I would like to stop if you can tell me.
Oh, this makes Erica look so guilty. Don't we all want to find out the truth of what unfolded on that day? I mean, what is wrong in trying to figure out the actual killer? What is going on?
Who benefits from Charlie Kirk being killed? I also know that whenever I've seen in my whole life, a lone gunman killed RFK, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. I know that's a lie, so I'm open.
Look, I can tell you that from the moment that Charlie got shot, and I can't explain it, and maybe it's because Charlie would tell me all the time that he was going to die young, and I showed those messages, and I knew it was big. I didn't have the players. I certainly didn't suspect Turning Point USA would be, as I believe, involved in a cover-up. It doesn't necessarily mean they were involved in plotting to kill him, but I do believe that they have betrayed him since. And I am comfortable saying that today because I know that they have told lies. I know that they have withheld information that if truly you were motivated by goodness and truth, you would come out and you would say it. Like there are people at Turning Point who Charlie texted the night before and said they're going to kill me. If you're trying to figure out who killed Charlie Kirk, wouldn't that be a good thing to come forward with and to the public and say Charlie thought that he was going to be murdered the night before? And they are being very strange about details on that day. And so it's the absence of answering and the blaming and the yelling that feels off to people. And I think that's fair. I think spiritually, people are sensing their intuition is coming online and saying, this just doesn't feel right. The video has gone pretty viral. Pastor Rob McCoy's son, Mike McCoy, you're going to see what he does, not in the seconds following Charlie getting shot, but in less than 1 second. First, let's hear his daddy's version of the events.
And Mikey's the chief of staff. And I'm watching, the minute Charlie was shot, he called me, says, Dad, Charlie's been shot in the neck. Please call every pastor and pray. He had blood all over him. And
it's rubbing me the wrong way, is that he says Mikey had blood all over him, except Mikey did not have blood anywhere near him because Mikey was behind the tent when Charlie got shot. That seems pretty quick. Okay, I obviously went out to Mikey McCoy, no response. Weird. Because if that was me and I saw clips going viral, I'd say, here's my call log, but they have not. Everything about this is wrong. You know it, and I know it.
Why would you release private
text messages?
So you can't. They create this scenario where you can't win, no matter if you prove them to be liars. You shouldn't have done it. It was inappropriate. And if you don't prove them to be liars, then you're the one who's lying. And so I can't get over again that they think this is going to work. And so I just wanted to bring this up. Erica Kirk. Now there's a new one. where you have relayed information that Charlie Kirk told people the day before he was killed that he said they're going to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
And so Erica was asked about this by Glenn Beck. I miss how he used to cry all the time. I don't know why he doesn't do that anymore. I miss it, but he was my favorite crier. But here we go. Here's what she had to say about it.
I have unbelievable amounts of death threats. My kids have kidnapping threats, death threats. Our whole team has death threats. We knew that there was always going to be a threat, but Charlie and I
So I just want to stop it for a second. This isn't the point of this video, but she kind of makes it sound like this is new. She's admitting right there, this is not new. This has been always. This has been so people. It sounds like they're trying to make it out like you are creating these death threats. Other people have.
Yeah.
And it's just she's there admitting that we always knew, she said, and they always were receiving death threats. So it's not. I don't know why they bring it up because it's not new. But anyway, here we go.
we promised each other we would never live in fear. And he would say, if they're going to get me, they're going to get me. But he was not messaging people the day before saying, I'm going to be murdered. They're coming after me. Someone's going to kill me. He didn't say that. And I have his cell phone.
Okay. Well, the problem is we have Frank Turek saying that he did say that. So here, let me play that.
And so I texted him. I said, Charlie, I hope you've increased your security detail. And he said, I have. I know they want me dead. Now.
So, what? Just go. What? Go ahead. Take it where you would like on that, because here again. We have these people calling you a liar, and yet we have Frank Turek saying exactly, and then so they keep contradicting each other unwittingly, and that it indicates that someone's lying. And as you always point out, the only reason you would lie is to cover something up. So take it where you want.
Well, here's what I'm just going to tell the truth. Okay. I did not see that she had said that when I did my show yesterday. And then I saw it after, and I can tell you 1000% that Andrew Colvett told me the night before Charlie was murdered that Charlie Kirk texted him and said, they are going to kill me. Andrew Colvett is the person who received a text message from Charlie Kirk saying they're going to kill me. And I'm not getting that third party. I got that directly from Andrew Colvett. He asked me to keep it off record, and I would have kept it off record if Erica did not imply that I lied, right? So, I mean, I'm not saying she is saying Candace is lying. I am saying that since I was the one who put it out there, she's implying that I'm lying and that that's not true. So we have a scenario here where either Andrew Colvett has told an explicit lie or Erica Kirk is telling an explicit lie. It's not up for me to determine who. I didn't receive that text message, but yeah. And I also was told by a person at Turning Point USA, who I'm not going to name because they are one of my sources, that Dan Flood received the same message. So there you go. I don't know. I believe that she has his phone. I maybe somebody deleted it, but I don't know why Andrew Colvett, 48 hours after Charlie was dead, would lie to me. He did not sound like he was lying. He sounded very concerned about it. And I specifically said, like, who is they? Like, he said, they're going to kill me. And he said, I don't know who he was talking about. And I thought it's kind of weird. Yeah, that's what I can tell you. I can just tell you the truth.
Why does Charlie's wife has his cell phone and not the FBI? Suspicious, right? I mean, I thought during investigations, they always seize the phones, all the electronics. Things are not adding up.
I see everybody ducked, and it's going to come back up, and he's still not going to be ducked. He just kind of hits his phone and walks away. They do look military to me. I will say that. And like these three, it's something that I've noticed. And then obviously we know Tyler Robinson notoriously was wearing a maroon shirt. One person wrote, quote, airborne forces wear maroon, not just in the UK, the USA, and France. Making sure that people are in certain colors or in something that is identifiable is important so that military men can observe who to protect or who they're looking for. Entitled The Assassination of Candace Owens, and the lyrics are in fact fantastic.
Truth hurts. It's like a neck shot. Who really killed Charlie Kirk?
Because even the hip hop world is asking questions.
Could this actually be a proof to the stimulation theory? They told you the Charlie Kirk tragedy was a one-off? Well, it wasn't. It's been played before, like literally frame for frame. Go back to 1998, a Nicolas Cage movie called Snake Eyes. In that film, a political figure named Charles Kirkland, yeah, that's his actual name, gets shot in the neck by a sniper at a public event. Same wound, same setting, same everything. Opening scene, there's a banner for the event. Date, September 10th, same day. The event itself, a boxing match headlined by a fighter called Tyler the Executioner. In real life, Tyler Robinson is accused of being the executioner. Coincidence? Come on. While all this is happening on screen, Cage is talking about his lucky number and a giant 7 flashes in the background. Elon Musk just announced that all spacecraft launching in 2026 will carry the number 77 in tribute to Charlie Kirk. Why 77? Nobody's giving answers. And it gets weirder. Floating above the crowd in Snake Eyes is a massive all-seeing eye on a blimp, watching everything. That's the name, Snake Eyes. And what is 2025? The year of the snake. The tagline? Believe everything except your eyes. Filmed in Trump's hotel, Atlantic City. How many coincidences until it's not a coincidence? Same script, same symbols, same numbers. Simulation confirmed.
This is just a theory, not a fact.
Yo, what? You know what's even more crazy is that Tyler in the movie was the fall guy. I mean, he was the fall guy and not the actual killer. A coincidence? Guys, that is wild. And this is the reason why you need to question everything. Yo.
I introduced the phenomenon of predictive programming. Predictive programming suggests that elements of popular culture, including movies, TV shows, books, and other media, are used to plant seeds or prepare the public for future events or societal changes. Proponents argue that influential individuals or organizations use mass media to gradually introduce concepts, scenarios, or ideologies into public consciousness. By presenting these ideas in a fictional context, they can normalize or desensitize audiences over time. Predictive programming often involves the repetition and reinforcement of specific themes, symbols, or narratives across different media forms. By repeatedly exposing audiences to certain motifs or scenarios, they become familiarized with them and may be more accepting or receptive when similar events occur in real life.
The Legion of Doom is about to begin its reign of terror.
Gangway! Have to see New York? We could all go with the bus company's special Super Sitter fare. $9? This one's on me.
Let's hope Osama bin Laden doesn't know show tunes. God, I hope I get it. I hope I get...
Wait and see! No, you're stupid!
Well, you're stupider!
No, you're...
Time. We will now strike at the heart of American defense and destroy the Pentagon with one swift and deadly blow.
Ghostbusters to tower! We're coming in!
And I'm out of here.
The towers are falling!
we've come to an end of our video, guys. That was so interesting. Let me know, share your thoughts on the comment section and let me know what you think. Also, don't forget to leave that alien emoji on the comment section so that I can know you've watched up to this far. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I wish you happy holidays. If you haven't subscribed, please join the family, and guys, I'll catch you on my next video. Peace.